All right. So let's talk about this UEFA Champions League draw that took place not too long ago today. It was the round of 16 draw. So basically who's going to be playing who in the round of 16. The first place teams will be playing the second place teams, and they do the draw just to make it a random thing. We have 3 Super Eagles players left in the competition. African Player of the Year, Victor Osimhen and Napoli. They finished second in their group right behind Real Madrid. Zaidu Sanusi, Super Eagles left back, he plays for Porto, and they finished second right behind Barcelona in their group. And last but not least, you get striker Sadiq Umar of Real Sociedad. They finished first in their group right ahead of Inter Milan. They were actually level on points, then the head-to-head situation put them in front. But when you get to the results of the draw, you get FC Porto taking on Arsenal, Napoli taking on Barcelona, and Real Sociedad taking on PSG. So these are some real tough matches that the Super Eagles players will be taking part of. FC Porto taking on Arsenal. That's going to be a good one. I'm not writing any of our teams off, by the way. I feel like normally FC Porto always going to stand a chance, especially this Arsenal. They're kind of a younger side. Even though they're growing, they're still a younger side, and things happen to younger sides. And you got a Porto side that is not just oh, we're average but we play good as a team type situation. They are actually a team with some good quality players. They have a great defense, and they have some great attackers, good midfielders. So this is a complete team right here that Arsenal is playing against, and any slight mistake, I feel like Porto is the type of team that can take advantage of that. And I feel like in a 2-match series, it is going to be tough, but Porto, I feel every time they do have a chance, and this is going to be a real doozy of a matchup right here. Arsenal taking on Porto. Then Napoli versus FC Barcelona. This is a rematch of a game in the Europa League a couple of seasons ago. The season before Napoli won the league, they were put out of the Europa League by Barcelona. I felt like they did good then, and I feel like right now Barcelona, they are for the taking. Then again, it's not going to be easy. Let me just say that. Just because I'm saying they're there for the taking don't mean you're going to take them. But they are there for the taking. And this Napoli side, the problem is, of course, that they're just getting back to their normal form. Things have not been going good for them this season. But I feel like things have been looking a little better as the time has been going. Victor Osimhen was amazing in the last match. I mean, if we're going to be talking about the assist he had, it's going to be a different video. I could spend like an hour talking about that assist. It was just beautiful in his last match. So that's going to be a tough matchup for Barcelona right there with Victor Osimhen and Napoli. Hopefully everybody is healthy at the time these matches are going to be taking place. Then you got the final one, Sadiq Umar with Real Sociedad taking on PSG. PSG, another side that kind of fumbling and wobbling all over the place, but I feel like they still have some great players. They still have a good team, so it's going to be tough. A lot of people talking about what happened in their group. I feel like everybody in that group was tough. Even Newcastle, I don't feel like Newcastle should hang their head down because they didn't play so bad. Everybody played very good in that group. So it was a real tough group. So if people are thinking, well, they just kind of fumbled their way up here, so it's going to be easy for Real Sociedad, that's definitely not what's going to happen. But that being said, Sadiq Umar is back, has been scoring some bangers, scored a couple of beautiful goals a few weeks ago, and I feel like he's back physically. You see him on the ball, he's doing more on the ball, his movement is a little sharper, and I feel like this could be a big difference when they take on PSG, because how are you going to handle this 6'5" monster who's running at you with speed, with technique and everything? He's a great player, so if you can get him even like 90% to his best, it's going to be a problem for these teams out there. So I feel like that situation is also a situation that the Super Eagles team can come out of. When I say Super Eagles team, I mean Real Sociedad. But I feel like all three of these teams stand a chance to make it in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. When you talk about Porto, when you talk about Napoli, Real Sociedad, all three of these teams have a good chance of making it there. And people are talking about this match coming in the way of the AFCON. That's not going to happen. The AFCON is set to end on the 11th of February, and these matches are going to be played on the 13th and 14th of February. So the worst thing that could happen is we win the AFCON and players turn up drunk to the game. That's the worst thing that can happen. But outside of that, I believe the players will be available for the match. The AFCON will not get in the way of this match right here. So hopefully with good help, with God's blessing, all three of these players will be ready for their team. And it's going to be sweet right here. These are some top matchups. I believe this is going to put a bigger spotlight on our Super Eagles players. Victor Osimhen against Barcelona, Zaidou Sanusi against Arsenal, for goodness sake, and Sadiq Umar against PSG. These are marquee matchups right here, and I feel like it's putting a good spotlight on Nigerian football. I know we're gonna be saying, yeah, we should be focusing on our local game, and I agree, but we have to always acknowledge greatness, and that's what these boys are doing. They're out there flying our flags, and we gotta respect that, and we gotta support that. So Arsenal fans, support Zaidou Sanusi and Porto, and stop being a traitor. I'm just playing. You can support your club, but yeah, these are the matches. Let me know what you think. Put them in the comment section. Make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.